What this driver captured in an open field still has no explanation. Some videos look staged, others feel like simple mistakes, but some recordings refuse to fit any explanation. This footage was never meant to go public, and once you see it, you'll understand why. Tonight, we're counting down 20 clips captured by drivers passing through open fields. Ordinary roads, empty landscapes, nothing that should stand out, until something does. Each video was filmed in real time, from behind a windshield, without warning, without preparation. And as the ranking climbs, what begins as unusual slowly becomes harder to dismiss. This is what this driver captured in an open field still has no explanation. Let's begin. Number 20. In 1976, Officer Brian Gosselin is patrolling a rural road in Whitehall, New York, when his spotlight hits something near the tree line. A tall, broad-shouldered figure covered in dark hair stands watching him. It doesn't run, it doesn't hide, it steps forward. Gosselin draws his weapon but hesitates. The figure is less than 10 meters away. For several seconds, they lock eyes in complete silence, illuminated only by the patrol car's beam. Then, without a sound, the creature turns and walks back into the darkness. The encounter later becomes one of the most referenced Bigfoot reports in modern history, because a trained police officer publicly maintained that what he saw was real. Number 19. At this stage, the threat still feels grounded in reality. A family is driving calmly down a rural road when, without warning, a black bear launches itself onto the hood of their car. The impact dents the metal instantly. Claws scrape across the windshield. The entire vehicle shakes under the animal's weight. Inside, no one moves. No one screams. They don't know whether to accelerate or stay perfectly still. For several tense minutes, the bear circles the car, sniffing, pressing its weight against the doors, testing the barrier between instinct and safety. Then, just as suddenly, it steps away and disappears into the trees. The engine is still running, but the fear lingers long after the road is clear. Number 18. At first, the stories surrounding this road sounded like local folklore. Two officers patrol the isolated Stocksbridge bypass, a stretch of highway long associated with ghost sightings. The night feels normal, until both men notice a sudden, unnatural drop in temperature inside the patrol car. One officer checks the rearview mirror and freezes. A hooded figure, resembling an old monk, is sitting silently in the back seat. They turn around instantly. The seat is empty. No doors opened, no movement, no sound. Moments later, faint childlike voices echo from the roadside, despite the bypass being completely deserted. The shaken officers radio the incident in. To this day, drivers report seeing the same monk along that stretch of road, but those officers insist it was inside their car. Number 17. What began as strange vandalism quickly turned into something far more unsettling. In the late 1980s, police in South Carolina start receiving repeated reports near the Scape Ore Swamp. Cars are found clawed, dented. Some drivers even claim they were chased. Witnesses describe a tall, muscular humanoid with reptile-like skin, glowing red eyes, scales reflecting headlights in the dark. Officers search the muddy terrain. They find tracks, large, three-toed, unlike any known animal in the area. The story spreads fast. Media crews arrive, crowds gather. Some residents refuse to drive that road at night. Police never confirm what caused the damage, but official reports, photographs, and consistent descriptions cement the legend of the Lizard Man, one of America's most persistent cryptid cases. Number 16. By this point, the encounters are no longer just rumors, they're police reports. In 1972, Officer Ray Shockey is driving along a dark road in Loveland, Ohio, when something steps into his headlights. A small figure stands upright, leathery skin, a head shaped like a frog. It turns and looks directly at him. Its eyes reflect the patrol car's beams. Then it scrambles over a guardrail and vanishes into the night. Weeks later, another officer reports seeing a similar creature in the same area. This time, he fires his weapon. Years afterward, the explanation offered is simple: an escaped iguana. but critics argue trained officers would recognize a common reptile. The reports and descriptions endure, cementing the legend of the Loveland frogman in Ohio folklore. Number 15. The road still feels ordinary, until it doesn't. Late at night, a driver notices movement in the grass beside the highway. At first, it seems insignificant, just another small animal crossing the shoulder. But as the car approaches, the silhouette shifts. What steps into the headlights isn't a typical rodent. It's a rat roughly the size of a house cat, covered in long, dark fur. It pauses, staring directly toward the camera, before suddenly darting back into the darkness. No dramatic zoom, no visible edits, just a few seconds of raw footage. The video ends quickly, but the scale lingers in your mind, because if that size is real, it forces an uncomfortable question. How large can something familiar become before it stops feeling harmless? Number 14. From here on, what appears on the road becomes harder to dismiss as coincidence. Driving along a forest road at night, a vehicle's headlights catch something crossing just meters ahead. A human-shaped figure, but faint, almost translucent. Its outline drifts through the beams as if made of mist. The movement is slow, silent, its edges blurring into the darkness. The driver brakes, the figure continues forward, then dissolves beyond the reach of the light within seconds. No footsteps, no sound, no visible person anywhere along the road. The witnesses remain still, replaying what they just saw. Because whatever crossed that highway didn't behave like someone running through the forest, and it didn't leave behind anything to prove it had been there. Number 13. By now, the setting itself starts to feel like part of the pattern. A short clip uploaded to social media shows what many now call the Salt River Monster, filmed from a car crossing a U.S. bridge. Below, the muddy water begins to churn. A large, shadowy mass moves just beneath the surface, smooth, deliberate. It glides against the current, then rises slightly, revealing a darker shape before slipping back into the depths. Witnesses nearby insist it wasn't a log or drifting debris. The motion appears controlled, intentional. No official explanation follows, no statement, no investigation made public. Yet locals continue to talk about something massive living beneath that bridge, hidden in the murky flow. And drivers still glance down as they pass, just to check if the water moves again. Number 12. At this point, the encounters begin to challenge basic physical limits. A patrol car intercepts a vehicle driving without headlights through an isolated industrial zone. Officers activate their lights, expecting compliance. Instead, the driver accelerates, moving with unsettling certainty, as if familiar with every turn. The fleeing car makes a sharp turn and heads directly toward a tall metal fence, sealing off a restricted complex. The officers brace for impact, but the vehicle doesn't slow down. It doesn't crash. It passes straight through the fence and disappears beyond it. Seconds later, the patrol car reaches the barrier. The fence is intact, no damage, no distortion. A search of both sides reveals nothing. No tire tracks, no breach. A solid car moving through solid steel and vanishing without explanation. Number 11. The pattern is no longer just strange. It's specific. 3:22 p.m. A restricted forest road inside Dinosaur Valley State Park, Texas. Wildlife officers slow their vehicle when something crosses the dirt path ahead. Large, heavy, moving at an unhurried pace. It appears roughly the size of a bull, with rough, leathery-looking skin and a long tail trailing behind it. One ranger mutters under his breath, "That's not possible." The animal, or whatever it is, doesn't react to the vehicle. It continues forward and disappears into thick brush. No roar, no crash through branches, no clear tracks documented. Later, GPS logs reportedly show brief data inconsistencies. Most assume a technical glitch. No official statement follows. It could be misidentification, it could be perspective, but according to those present, it didn't move like something out of place. Number 10. By now, the figures are no longer just distant shapes. On a rural road at night, something suddenly sprints across the pavement, thin, pale, almost human, for a split second. The movement is fast but fluid, crossing directly through the headlights before vanishing into the darkness beyond the shoulder. There's no stumble, no visible face, no clear detail to confirm what it was. Locals later describe it as an apparition, something seen before along that same stretch of road. The footage offers no clarity, no zoom reveals more, no second angle confirms anything. Just a fleeting silhouette, white against black asphalt, captured in motion and gone within seconds. And what lingers isn't the image itself, but how briefly it resembled a person. Number 9. A dash cam records a dark figure on the roadside. It's motionless, kneeling, bent forward, as if leaning over something on the ground. No visible face, no clear features. The car approaches. The driver doesn't slow down. He accelerates and passes it. The figure never looks up. Number 8. Headlights sweep across the roadside. For a moment, they catch something stepping out from the dark. Twisted legs, covered in hair. The posture looks wrong. The proportions uneven. It doesn't run, doesn't turn toward the vehicle. It simply shifts direction and moves back into the trees. Within seconds, it's gone. No clear face, no sound. Just legs, briefly illuminated, before the forest swallows them again. Number 7. Something keeps pace with the car. Pale skin, white eyes. It runs alongside the vehicle, matching its speed. Not attacking, not falling behind. Just there, close enough to remain visible in the edge of the headlights. Its shape is humanoid, thin, white against the dark roadside. The driver doesn't stop. The figure doesn't chase. It simply accompanies the car for several seconds, before slipping back into the darkness. Number 6. From inside his car, a man records the entrance of a forest at a blind curve in the road. At first, nothing stands out. Then in the background, between the trees, a figure moves. Humanoid, walking slowly. The image is blurred by distance and motion, but the outline is visible, translucent, wearing what appears to be a long, dark robe. Long hair falls past its shoulders. It doesn't react to the vehicle. It doesn't rush. It simply walks deeper between the trees until the foliage obscures it. The clip lasts only seconds. No zoom, no second angle, just a faint figure, partially transparent, crossing the forest edge. Number 5. We've reached the point where what's seen on the road no longer feels accidental. During a night drive on the Balsillas Neva Road in Colombia, travelers notice a figure ahead, human in shape, but moving incorrectly. One passenger begins recording. The figure walks with an uneven gait, unbalanced, hesitant, almost mechanical. There's no visible face, no reaction to the approaching vehicle. The road is empty. Some viewers believe it's a person in distress. Others argue it's staged. No authority confirms anything. The clip ends without resolution, but whatever crossed that stretch of highway didn't move like someone waiting to be rescued. Number 4. At this stage, what appears on the road feels openly disturbing. A deserted highway. A man steps out of his car and starts recording. In the distance, a figure moves across the pavement. The body resembles a pig. The motion resembles a dog. It walks awkwardly, off balance, uneven, as if struggling to coordinate its limbs. There's no visible handler. No sound beyond the wind. The clip lasts 9 seconds. It spreads quickly online because of how real it looks. No location is confirmed. No follow-up footage emerges. Some call it a costume. Others question the proportions and gait. There is no official explanation. Just a brief recording of something shaped wrong, moving wrong, and disappearing without context. Number 3. There's no turning back now. A dark road, late at night. A lone figure walks directly toward the camera. Its silhouette doesn't clearly match any common animal. The face appears stiff, rigid, almost confrontational. The headlights distort the details, making the features look sharper or less human. It doesn't charge. It doesn't hesitate. It just keeps walking forward in silence. No growl, no sudden movement. It could be a familiar animal, seen from the wrong angle. A shadow stretched by light and fear. There's no confirmation, no extended footage, just a figure approaching steadily until the clip cuts off. Number 2. At this level, the details stop feeling accidental. A dark road into Tlacotepeque. Headlights slice through the night. An animal stands in the middle of the lane. Its body appears feline, but the face looks disturbingly human. It doesn't flinch, it doesn't retreat. It just stares directly into the light. Some suggest it's a puma caught at an unfortunate angle. Others question the proportions, the oversized head, the unusually small body. There's no clear identification, no official statement. It could be perspective, low light distortion, but for the driver behind that windshield, what stood there didn't resemble something ordinary. Number 1. This is where explanations stop holding. A brief video shows an open field. In the center, standing alone, there is a massive figure. Its shape resembles a minotaur, large, broad, towering over the grass around it. It doesn't run, it doesn't charge, it simply stands there in the open. The recording is short, no narration, no context provided. There are no confirmed details about the location, no official statement, no follow-up footage, just a wide field and an enormous horned figure positioned in plain sight. The clip ends without movement or explanation.